You wake up, and something feels off. Your knees ache. Your steps are slower. Getting out of bed takes just a bit more effort than it did a year ago. You chalk it up to getting older. We all do. But here's the truth no one tells you. This isn't just age. It's muscle loss. And it starts silently, long before you notice it. By the time you reach 60, your body naturally starts losing muscle mass, up to 1% per year. That may not sound like much, but over time, it adds up. And if you're not eating the right kind of protein, your body simply doesn't have the fuel it needs to stay strong, steady, and sharp. Hi, I'm Dr. Bernard Price, a board-certified geriatrician with 27 years of experience. I've spent nearly 3 decades helping older adults navigate memory loss, joint pain, fatigue, low libido, and all the little and big things that come with aging. On this channel, I break down complex health topics into clear, research-backed tips you can actually use to feel better, move easier, and stay sharp. Because the truth is, most seniors aren't getting the answers they need. Doctors rush them. Search results confuse them. And somewhere along the way, you start to wonder if feeling good again is even possible. Let me be clear. It is. So, if you've ever walked out of an appointment with more questions than answers, or sat up at night Googling symptoms that no one seems to explain, hit that subscribe button. You're not alone, and you're not done. I'm Dr. Bernard Price, and I'm here to help you age with clarity, strength, and confidence. Now, for years we were told that eggs were the gold standard. Eat your eggs in the morning, protein for the day, they said. And many of us did just that. Boiled, scrambled, poached. We relied on eggs to keep us going. But here's what I wish someone had told us sooner. Eggs only give you around 13 grams of protein per 100 grams. That's not terrible, but it's far from the best. And for a body that's fighting to hold onto strength every single day after 60, not bad isn't good enough anymore. What's even more shocking? There are foods, real, accessible foods, that offer 2, 3, even 5 times the protein of eggs. Foods that don't just prevent muscle loss. They can actually help you rebuild it. Yet most seniors don't know they exist. Instead, they're walking around tired, weak, off balance. Some are even at higher risk of falls and fractures, not because of age, but because of something as simple and solvable as protein deficiency. And look, I get it. The grocery store is filled with confusing labels. Supplements promise the world. And sometimes, when your body feels different than it used to, it's easy to think, maybe this is just how it is now. But it's not. You can get stronger. You can rebuild. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how. We're counting down the top 10 protein-rich foods that outperform eggs, ranked from the everyday options to the one that scientists are now studying to help stroke survivors rebuild lost muscle without hitting the gym or taking pills. Sound unbelievable? I thought so too, until I read the research and saw the results firsthand in my senior patients. So grab a cup of tea, maybe a notebook, and let's dive in. Because staying strong after 60 isn't about luck. It's about what you choose to put on your plate. Let me tell you something most doctors don't take the time to explain. After 60, your body doesn't process protein the way it used to. You could be eating what looks like a healthy meal, scrambled eggs, toast, maybe a piece of fruit, and still be falling short of what your muscles actually need to survive and thrive. Here's why. As we age, something called anabolic resistance kicks in. That's a fancy way of saying your body becomes less efficient at turning the protein you eat into muscle. What used to work in your 30s and 40s just doesn't cut it anymore in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. In fact, studies now show that seniors need up to 50% more protein per meal than younger adults just to trigger muscle maintenance. And the scary part? Most seniors are unknowingly eating far less than this. The result? Your body starts stealing protein from your own muscle tissue just to fuel basic functions. Over time, this leads to shrinking muscles, loss of balance, slower walking speed, weaker grip strength, and a higher risk of falls, fractures, and hospitalizations. And yet, here's the good news. You can slow down, stop, and even reverse much of this loss. You just have to eat the right kind of protein, and in the right amounts. Now, eggs are a good start, but they're not the gold standard many of us were led to believe. In fact, as I'll show you in a moment, there are 10 foods that leave eggs in the dust when it comes to protein density, bioavailability, and impact on muscle retention. Some of these foods are plant-based. Some come from the ocean. A few are probably already in your kitchen, just waiting to be used correctly. And one of them might just be the most powerful food for muscle strength ever studied. In a 10-week clinical trial, this #1 food helped seniors gain 19% more lean muscle mass without changing their exercise routine at all. That's not a gimmick. That's published science. And I'm going to walk you through it. So stay with me, because this list could change the way you shop, eat, and age. And if you've ever felt like your body was slipping away from you, this might be the tool that helps you take it back. Let me ask you something. Have you ever made a change in your routine, just one small change, and then looked back a few weeks later and thought, why didn't I start this sooner? That's exactly the kind of shift we're talking about today. Because what I'm about to share with you isn't extreme. It doesn't require a gym membership, fancy supplements, or some new fad diet. These are real foods, backed by real studies, used by real seniors to rebuild real strength. And at the very end of this list is a food that almost no one over 60 is talking about, but it's quickly becoming one of the most medically promising proteins for older adults. It's called dried fish powder, and I'll admit, when I first read about it, I was skeptical. Powdered fish? Really? But the data is clear. 63 grams of protein per 100 grams. More than steak, more than chicken, even more than most protein supplements. Absorbs easily, even in seniors with digestion or chewing difficulties. Clinically proven to boost lean muscle mass by 19% in just 10 weeks without changing physical activity levels. Let that sink in. No gym, no medication, no complicated routine. Just a shift in the kind of protein you're putting into your body each day. And if that sounds too good to be true, I understand. You've probably heard a lot of health claims in your life. But the reason I want you to stay until the very end of this video is because this isn't opinion. It's science. It's strategy. And most importantly, it's possible. Possible to get stronger in your 60s. Possible to regain energy in your 70s. Possible to protect your independence in your 80s. And here's what's even better. The other 9 foods on this list are nearly just as powerful. Many of them are already in your kitchen, hidden in plain sight, waiting to help you stay strong and mobile. So stay with me, all the way to the end, because food #1 might just be the muscle-building secret weapon your body's been begging for. And if there's one thing I've learned in 27 years of caring for older adults, it's this. It's never too late to feed your strength. Now, before we dive into the top 10 foods, I want to ask you something, and I hope you'll take just a few seconds to answer in the comments. How's your energy level been lately? Not just today, but over the past few weeks. Do you feel strong when you stand up from a chair? Do you walk with confidence or caution? Are there things you used to do that you're starting to avoid? Not because of pain, but because your body just doesn't bounce back the way it used to? If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. I ask this question in nearly every video I share, and the responses I get from people all over the world are powerful. Some say, I used to garden every day, but now I get winded just walking to the mailbox. Others share how fatigue has crept into their mornings, or how a recent fall left them feeling unsure and shaken. And then there are those beautiful responses from people who've made one small change, adding a new food, walking 15 minutes after breakfast, or simply drinking more water, who write in and say, Dr. Price, I feel like I'm finally getting my energy back. That's why I want you to drop a comment right now. Where are you watching from? And how's your energy these days? Good? Not so good? Somewhere in between? We read every comment. And you never know. Your story might be the one that gives someone else hope. Because there's something truly special about this community we're building. It's not just about nutrition or medical facts. It's about creating a space where people over 60 can come together, share, learn, and support each other. So before we get to food number 10, take a second. Introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. Let us know how your body feels lately and what you're hoping to get back. This is more than a video. It's a conversation. And it starts with you. Number 10, Greek yogurt, the quiet muscle defender. Let's start with a food that most of us have seen 100 times in the dairy aisle, but few realize just how powerful it is. Plain, non-fat Greek yogurt. At first glance, it may not seem like a muscle-building powerhouse. It's soft, mild, and usually tucked between sugar-laden fruit cups and flavored puddings. But this one simple food carries nearly double the protein of eggs, offering about 10.3 grams of protein per 100 grams, compared to just 6.3 grams in a standard boiled egg. That means a small bowl of Greek yogurt can do more to protect your strength than 2 eggs, and without any of the saturated fat or cholesterol. But here's what makes it even more special: its preparation method. Greek yogurt is strained not once, but 3 times, removing most of the liquid whey and lactose. What's left is a dense, creamy, protein-rich food that's gentle on digestion and easy on the stomach, even for those with mild lactose sensitivity. And this isn't just theory. It's been proven in real-world research. A 2020 study published in the journal Nutrients followed seniors who consumed at least 20 grams of dairy-based protein per day. After just 12 weeks, those individuals preserved 25% more lean muscle mass than those who didn't. Especially when paired with light walking, the benefits were measurable. That's not a supplement. That's not a pharmaceutical. That's food, real food, fueling your strength. Greek yogurt is also incredibly versatile. You can blend it into your morning smoothie, whip it into a dip, use it as a salad dressing base, or simply eat it plain with a sprinkle of flax seeds or a handful of berries. Just make sure you go for the plain, non-fat, unsweetened version. No sugary fruit blends or dessert yogurts. What you want is protein, not a hidden sugar bomb. For seniors looking to maintain independence, strength, and balance, Greek yogurt is more than breakfast. It's a tool. And it's one of the easiest, gentlest ways to start adding high-quality protein back into your day. Number 9, chickpeas, the underrated protein plus fiber power combo. Coming in at number 9 is a humble kitchen staple that most people overlook: cooked chickpeas. They may look simple, but don't let that fool you. Per 100 grams, chickpeas deliver approximately 11.2 grams of protein, quietly surpassing eggs. But the real magic lies in the combination of protein and fiber, something eggs simply don't offer at all. And for older adults, that combination could be the missing link between muscle protection and total body wellness. As we age, our bodies become more vulnerable to inflammation, blood sugar fluctuations, and digestive slowdowns, all of which contribute to accelerated muscle loss. Chickpeas help combat every one of those issues. In a landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who replaced some of their animal-based protein with legumes like chickpeas experienced up to 26% less muscle loss over time. Researchers found that the reduction in systemic inflammation and the improvement in gut health played a major role. That means chickpeas aren't just feeding your muscles. They're fixing the systems that help those muscles stay strong. And they're loaded with another quiet hero for muscle preservation: magnesium. This mineral is essential for healthy muscle contractions, proper recovery, and energy production. Without it, your muscles can feel tight, weak, and fatigued. But here's something most people miss. Chickpeas need proper preparation to unlock their full benefits. Soak them overnight before cooking. This simple step improves digestibility, softens the starches, and increases nutrient absorption, making them easier on aging stomachs and more effective at feeding tired muscles. Once cooked, Your options are endless. Make classic hummus with olive oil and lemon. Toss them into stews or curries, or roast them for a crunchy snack. Chickpeas are inexpensive, shelf-stable, and endlessly versatile. For seniors, they offer strength, stability, and digestive support in one affordable package. So if you're looking for a gentle way to upgrade your protein intake while nurturing your gut and reducing inflammation, chickpeas deserve a permanent place in your kitchen. Number 8. Quinoa, the tiny grain with big muscle power. At number 8 is a food you've likely seen in health stores or trendy recipes, but maybe never gave much thought to quinoa. And that's a shame, because this tiny seed might be one of the most valuable tools in your muscle-preserving toolbox. Once cooked, quinoa delivers about 14 grams of complete protein per 100 grams. Let me emphasize that word, complete. That means it contains all 9 essential amino acids, the ones your body can't make on its own and must get from food. For seniors, that's a big deal. Most plant-based foods are incomplete, which means your body can't fully use them to rebuild and protect muscle. Quinoa breaks that mold. One amino acid in quinoa stands out in particular, lysine. This little-known nutrient plays a critical role in muscle repair, calcium absorption, and collagen production, all of which become increasingly important after 60. In fact, a 2022 study published in the journal Nutrients found that older adults who included quinoa in their daily meals experienced a 9% increase in leg strength within just 8 weeks. And that was compared to a control group eating the same calories, but from white rice. That's measurable improvement in strength, balance, and confidence, simply from swapping one grain for another. And if you're worried about digestion, here's a pro tip. Soak quinoa overnight before cooking. This helps reduce natural compounds called saponins that can interfere with nutrient absorption and also improves texture and digestibility. When it comes to cooking, quinoa is a blank canvas. You can cook it in bone broth or low-sodium vegetable stock for added minerals. Toss in turmeric and black pepper for an anti-inflammatory boost, or mix it into grain bowls, stir fries, or even breakfast porridge. And the best part? Just 3/4 cup a day can help improve muscle recovery and energy levels without any pills or powders. Quinoa may be small, but for seniors looking to rebuild strength, improve nutrient absorption, and fuel their day, it's a giant in disguise. Number 7. Pumpkin seeds, the crunchy secret to muscle and mineral strength. Coming in at number 7 is a food many of us have tossed aside after carving a jack-o'-lantern, pumpkin seeds. But these little green gems are one of the most underrated muscle-preserving foods on the planet, especially for older adults. Per 100 grams, pumpkin seeds offer a whopping 19 grams of protein, nearly twice the amount found in eggs. But here's the real kicker. Protein is just one part of what makes them special. Pumpkin seeds are also a concentrated source of magnesium, iron, and zinc, 3 minerals most people over 60 are silently deficient in. Let me explain why that matters. Magnesium helps your muscles contract and relax properly. Without it, you're more prone to cramping, twitching, and chronic fatigue. Iron delivers oxygen to muscle tissue, critical for endurance, stamina, and repair. Zinc supports the body's recovery systems, helping rebuild muscle after strain or injury. Without enough of these minerals, even a high-protein diet can fall short because your body can't use the protein effectively. And the science backs this up. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that older adults who consumed pumpkin seeds daily experienced a 38% reduction in muscle-related inflammation within just 12 weeks. That's not just maintenance, that's reversal of damage. Imagine less stiffness, better recovery, and more strength, all from a food that fits in the palm of your hand. To get the most benefit, choose raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. The roasted and salted kinds often contain excess sodium, which can lead to bloating or raise blood pressure. You can easily sprinkle them over oatmeal, stir them into yogurt, blend into smoothies, or grind them into a nutty seed butter. They're portable, affordable, and have a soft crunch that's easy on aging teeth. For seniors, pumpkin seeds are more than just a snack. They're a strategic source of strength, delivering the fuel your muscles need and the minerals that make that fuel count. Number 6. Tempeh, fermented strength for aging muscles. At number 6 is a food many older adults have never tried. But once you understand what it does, you might want to make it a regular part of your diet. Tempeh. Tempeh is made from whole fermented soybeans, not soy milk like tofu. And that one key difference changes everything. With 20 grams of protein per 100 grams, tempeh provides more than 3 times the protein of a boiled egg. But what really sets it apart is how your body responds to it. Thanks to the fermentation process, tempeh is easier to digest and more bioavailable, which means your muscles can actually absorb and use the protein more efficiently. That's especially important after 60, when your digestion naturally slows and your ability to use dietary protein starts to decline, a condition called anabolic resistance. Tempeh is also one of the few plant proteins that's complete, containing all 9 essential amino acids. One of those amino acids, leucine, is particularly important for seniors because it acts as the on switch for muscle growth. Without enough leucine, your body can't activate the process of muscle repair, no matter how much protein you eat. But tempeh doesn't stop at protein. It's also a natural source of probiotics, those beneficial gut bacteria that help with digestion and immunity. And here's where it gets even more interesting. A major study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with a more diverse, probiotic-rich gut microbiome held on to 18% more lean muscle mass over 1 year, even when their diets were otherwise identical to those with poorer gut health. So when you eat tempeh, you're not just feeding your muscles, you're upgrading your gut, which in turn helps you absorb more from the rest of your meals. Tempeh is versatile and easy to cook. Slice it, pan-sear with a splash of tamari or apple cider vinegar, and enjoy it in stir-fries, sandwiches, or grain bowls. Its firm texture and nutty flavor make it feel surprisingly meaty, without the heaviness of actual meat. For seniors looking to stay strong and independent, tempeh is more than a meat alternative. It's a muscle-preserving ally in every bite. Number 5. Spirulina, the super powder your muscles have been missing. If there's one food on this list that looks too small to matter, but delivers big benefits, it's spirulina. At first glance, it's just a deep green powder. But don't let its appearance fool you. Spirulina is actually a type of blue-green algae, and it's one of the most protein-dense foods on Earth. Per 100 grams, spirulina contains a jaw-dropping 29 grams of complete protein, nearly 3 times more than eggs. But here's what makes it especially powerful for seniors. Up to 85% of that protein is bioavailable, meaning your muscles can absorb and use it with remarkable efficiency. This means your body doesn't have to work hard to break it down, making it ideal for older adults whose digestion isn't what it used to be. Even more impressive is spirulina's ability to tackle silent muscle saboteurs like inflammation and poor circulation. A 2022 study in Nutrients revealed that spirulina significantly reduced C-reactive protein, CRP, a key marker of inflammation, by 32% in older adults. At the same time, it boosted nitric oxide production, which improves blood flow and helps nutrients reach muscle tissue faster. That's not just preventing muscle loss. That's creating a stronger environment for repair and regrowth. And there's more. Spirulina is loaded with leucine, the muscle-triggering amino acid your body desperately needs after 60 to turn dietary protein into lean muscle. Just 1 teaspoon provides a powerful protein kick without chewing, cooking, or added sugar. It also supports immune function, liver health, and natural detoxification, all crucial systems that work behind the scenes to keep your body resilient as it ages. You can add spirulina to smoothies, stir it into warm oatmeal, or mix it into homemade energy bites. Just 1 teaspoon a day, used consistently, can lead to noticeable improvements in muscle tone, energy, and post-walk recovery in just a few weeks. For seniors looking to fight back against muscle loss, inflammation, and fatigue, spirulina is small but mighty. Number 4. Hemp seeds, the muscle-friendly superfood hiding in plain sight. Next up is a tiny seed with a powerful punch. Hemp seeds. You might have seen them in the health food aisle, but few people, especially older adults, realize just how potent these little seeds are for muscle protection, joint health, and energy. Per 100 grams, hemp seeds deliver about 35 grams of protein, more than 5 times the protein of eggs. But what truly sets them apart isn't just the amount of protein, it's the quality. Hemp seeds contain a complete amino acid profile, including all 9 essential amino acids in the right balance your body needs to actually build and repair muscle. And this is especially important for seniors. As we age, our bodies become more resistant to protein absorption, meaning that even if you're eating enough, your muscles might not be getting the message to grow. A 2021 review in Frontiers in Nutrition found that seniors who included complete plant proteins, like hemp daily, had better muscle retention, faster recovery, and less fatigue than those relying on incomplete sources, like grains or vegetables alone. But hemp seeds don't stop at protein. They're also packed with omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, including a rare one called GLA, gamma-linolenic acid. GLA has been shown to reduce joint inflammation, improve mental clarity, support hormonal balance, boost cardiovascular health. That's a lot of power in a single spoonful. And the best part? Hemp seeds are incredibly easy to use. Their soft texture and mild nutty flavor make them easy to digest and enjoyable to eat. Just sprinkle a tablespoon on your morning oatmeal, blend into smoothies, or stir into yogurt or soups. One tip: avoid cooking them over high heat, as it can destroy the delicate oils and proteins inside. For seniors looking for a simple, effective, and anti-inflammatory way to stay strong, sharp, and steady, hemp seeds deliver functional nutrition in its purest form. They're more than trendy, they're therapeutic. Number 3. Seitan, the muscle-building meat without the downsides. If you've never heard of seitan, pronounced seitan, you're not alone. But this unique food, also known as wheat meat, might be one of the most effective plant-based proteins for preserving muscle after 60. Made from vital wheat gluten, seitan is essentially the concentrated protein component of wheat. Once the starch and fiber are removed, what remains is a dense, meat-like product that delivers a staggering 39 grams of protein per 100 grams. That's more than most cuts of beef, double the amount in chicken breast, and triple the protein of an egg. But seitan's value goes far beyond numbers. What makes it exceptional for seniors is its digestibility and efficiency. As we age, our digestive system slows down. Breaking down heavy meats or complex meals becomes more taxing. Seitan is easy to chew, easy to digest, and gentle on the stomach, making it ideal for those with reduced appetite or dental issues. And there's solid science behind its muscle-building power. A 2022 study published in Clinical Nutrition ESPN found that seniors who included plant-based protein isolates like seitan in their diets retained 21% more lean muscle mass over a 6-month period than those following traditional mixed diets. That means fewer falls, better balance, and more independence, all from changing the kind of protein you eat. Another benefit? Seitan is naturally low in fat and carbohydrates, making it an excellent option for seniors managing blood sugar, cholesterol, or weight. Its texture is firm and chewy, making it one of the few plant-based proteins that truly feels like meat when you bite into it. You can stir-fry it, bake it, roast it, or slice it into sandwiches. Pro tip: pair seitan with vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers, tomatoes, or kale to improve your body's ability to absorb non-heme iron, which is found in plant-based foods. For older adults looking to reduce meat, avoid heavy digestion, or simply find more efficient protein sources, Seitan is a game changer. It's not just a meat alternative. It's muscle support on your terms. Number 2, Parmesan cheese. Aged for flavor, perfected for muscle strength. Coming in at number 2 is a food that many seniors already love for its rich taste, but few realize it's also one of the most powerful muscle-supporting foods on the planet. Aged Parmesan cheese. Don't let its gourmet reputation fool you. Parmesan isn't just delicious. It's medicinal when it comes to supporting aging muscles. Per 100 grams, Parmesan packs an incredible 42 grams of protein. That's more than twice as much protein as an egg, more than beef, and even rivals some protein powders. But the magic of Parmesan lies in how it's made. During its long aging process, anywhere from 12 to 36 months, Parmesan undergoes a natural breakdown of its proteins into free-form amino acids. That means by the time you eat it, your body doesn't have to work hard to digest it. The protein is already partially predigested, making it easier for seniors with slower digestion or lower enzyme production to absorb and use. This makes Parmesan one of the most bioavailable sources of protein for older adults. In fact, a 2019 study published in Nutrients found that amino acids from aged cheeses, like Parmesan, were absorbed up to 30% more efficiently than from meat in seniors. That's not just food. That's fast-acting fuel for your muscles. Even better, Parmesan is naturally rich in leucine, the key amino acid needed to trigger muscle growth. Just 30 grams, about 2 tablespoons grated, contains enough leucine to cross the threshold needed for muscle protein synthesis, critical in preventing sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. And don't worry, you don't need to eat blocks of cheese to get the benefit. Just a few tablespoons a day is plenty. Try adding fresh Parmesan to warm roasted vegetables, steamed broccoli or spinach, oatmeal with olive oil and herbs, whole grain pasta or soups. Bonus, Parmesan's savory aroma can also boost appetite, which tends to decrease with age. For seniors who want a delicious, easy-to-use protein source that actually works, Parmesan is more than a topping. It's a nutritional tool with flavor. Number 1. Dried fish powder. The most potent muscle food you're not eating. Topping our list at number 1 is a food that almost no one talks about, but based on what the science says, every senior should know it exists. Dried fish powder. It may not sound glamorous, but when it comes to raw muscle-building potential, nothing comes close. Per 100 grams, dried fish powder delivers a staggering 63 grams of protein. That's nearly 5 times more protein than eggs, more than steak, and higher than most protein supplements sold in stores. And here's the part that matters most. It's not just high in protein. It's highly absorbable, even for seniors with slow digestion or reduced appetite. You see, when fish is gently dried and ground into powder, the water is removed, but the amino acids remain concentrated and accessible. This makes dried fish powder incredibly easy for your body to use. No chewing, no complicated digestion, no effort required. In a 2020 clinical trial published in Clinical Nutrition, older adults who added dried cod powder to their daily routine, without changing their exercise, gained 19% more lean muscle mass in just 10 weeks. That's a dramatic improvement, simply from what was added to the plate. And the benefits go even deeper. Dried fish powder is rich in leucine, the amino acid that signals your muscles to begin growth and repair. Just 25 grams of this powder can provide over 3 grams of leucine, well above the threshold needed to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. That means this isn't just food. It's a targeted, therapeutic muscle booster. And it's incredibly versatile. Stir it into soups and stews, mashed sweet potatoes or vegetables, savory oatmeal or rice bowls, or even homemade sauces or dips. Because it's powdered, it requires no chewing, no digestion strain, and no refrigeration, making it ideal for seniors with dental issues, low appetite, or difficulty swallowing. Just make sure to choose a food-grade version with no added salt, flavors, or preservatives. For older adults fighting muscle loss, weakness, or slow recovery, dried fish powder might be the most effective and overlooked tool available. It's not trendy, it's not flashy, but it works, and your muscles will thank you. Let's take a moment to reflect. You've just discovered 10 powerful foods, each one offering more protein than eggs, and each one backed by real science. But this video wasn't just about numbers on a nutrition label. It was about giving you tools, for real bodies, at a time in life when many people are told it's too late to get stronger. That couldn't be further from the truth. We started with Greek yogurt, a breakfast staple with nearly double the protein of eggs and gentle on digestion. We moved to chickpeas, the fiber-rich legume that nourishes your gut and protects muscle from inflammation. Then came quinoa, the complete protein grain that quietly boosts leg strength in just weeks. Pumpkin seeds, tempeh, and spirulina gave us protein, minerals, and even gut-boosting probiotics. And we finished strong with seitan, aged Parmesan, and finally, dried fish powder, the most powerful, absorbable protein source most people over 60 have never heard of. These aren't magic, but they are powerful, and they are proven. The truth is, most seniors don't lose strength because of age. They lose it because their body is slowly being starved of the nutrients it needs to stay strong. And the saddest part? Most of the damage happens quietly, until one day you realize your legs feel heavier. You avoid the stairs. You walk slower. You start to feel fragile. But it doesn't have to be that way. One change, one food, can begin to tip the scale. And if you stick with it, your body will respond. Because your body doesn't want to fall apart. It wants to rebuild. It just needs the right fuel. So if you're over 60 and wondering, can I really feel stronger again? The answer is, yes, you can. And it starts with what you put on your plate tomorrow morning. So now that you've seen the power of these 10 surprising, muscle-boosting foods, I want to hear from you. Which one will you try first? Drop it in the comments below. We read every single one. Your story can inspire someone else to take their first step too. And if this video helped you learn something new, hit that like button. It lets YouTube know this is content worth sharing with more seniors. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next tip to help you stay independent, mobile, and vibrant. We're here every week with real science, real food, and real solutions, because staying strong after 60 isn't luck. It's knowledge, and it's action. If you'd like to support the channel, you can also click the thanks button below and buy us a small coffee. It helps us keep making empowering videos just like this one. Together, let's rebuild what aging tries to take away.